it's Jackie and welcome back to my channel for this Elaine from the Love Witch tutorial. I hope you enjoy this 60s look, and if you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I post pop culture tutorials every week, and while I go full transformation mode with costumes and everything, the goal is just to inspire you to switch up your style with confidence. I love to feature you in the beginning of my videos if you tag me, and let's get started with this very pink and fun look. I've already applied a wig. This one is from Bellamy, and there is a code on screen if you want to shop Bellamy as well. This is a great, really thick and long black wig, so I did cut it a bit and thin it out at the bottom, which you can't even see, but I already have applied my favorite foundation, and I used Rare Beauty. I love this foundation. It's like a serum, and I did mix a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder for a touch more yellow tone. The actress Samantha Robinson is quite olive and a bit deeper skin tone, but in this scene, the way it was filmed, she does look super pale, which is a lot easier for me to recreate, so I'm just going with my natural skin tone. To highlight, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in this light neutral shade, and as always, I like to apply it on my chin, besides my nose, under my eyes, and jawline. And one of my favorite setting powders is this Hourglass Veil Translucent Finishing Powder. I'm dusting this over the high points. To warm up the skin slightly and add dimension, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I love this because it's matte and I'm using the lightest shade here. If you want to go a little bit less expensive, I love the Hoola Light Bronzer from Benefit too. If you notice in this tutorial, you can see my brown hair against the black wig. Usually I use the L'Oreal Root Touch-Up Spray in black, and it blends really well like in these other tutorials, but I ran out of it. So I had 3 different cans and they were all too low, so I couldn't get it as black as I wanted. But once we have the wig on with like the hat, you won't see it anymore, but just try to ignore that. For brows, I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow in shade 5, and I'm making the brows appear a bit thinner and more sculpted with a round arch. For the nose contour, I'm creating higher divots than I usually do, and just looking at the photo, I'm kind of copying the shadows. So Elaine has a longer square tip that fades inwards, and then the bridge of her nose is taller and thinner than mine, so I'm creating a light line here. Then a shadow above the tip for that pinched button effect. And of course, this part is just for fun. I like to try to emulate some of the features for a challenge. And then we are blending out and adding a bit of bronzer on the sides of the nose. I popped in some brown contacts, which honestly, my vision is not as good with these in, which always stresses me out. Here I'm using the MADDIE ZIEGLER The Imagination palette from MORPHE. I love the cover art in this, and I'm starting with the shade Butterfly Fantasy and Maddie Girl. Whenever I do a blue look, I like to have at least some warmth right above to help balance out the bold shade. And it's pop culture password time. I do happen to have an extra imagination palette that I wanted to give away. So to enter, comment, "I should have known. He's a Pisces," which is my favorite line from The Love Witch. Plus add your Instagram handle so I can contact the winner. Recently, I've been sending out like several giveaways at once because the line at UPS is social distanced, it's long, so I try to cut down my visits there. But everyone from the last couple of giveaways has been mailed out, so best of luck for this new giveaway. And I'm going to smoke this line out a bit with the shade Mint and 5 from the MADDIE palette. And I'm using this Revlon lip brush. I just like it. And we're going back and forth to soften up that line, and then very lightly winging out that mint shade in a rounded V. To fill in all over the lid, I'm using this product from Shiseido. Did I say that right? Shiseido. I think, oh, I have hiccups. I think so. This is actually used in the film, and it's such a gorgeous shade, and it's so easy to just apply and not have a patchy look. Oh my gosh, I gotta take a break and let these hiccups pass. But I love the shade, and I'm definitely gonna pick up another one of these because they're so easy to use. You can leave it as it is, but I wanted to go in with a bit of navy blue. This one is from a standalone L'Oreal shadow. The inner portion of the rounded shape to create more dimension for that deep set eye look. And one more time with the shade 5 from the MADDIE palette, which has such a cute pressed eye shape in the shadow, which just like made me want to use it for this look. And I'm brightening up the top of the lid and the inner corner. bit of navy under the lash line. And you can use a white eyeliner through the waterline for doll-like eyes. I went with peach. I prefer how it looks and it still gives that wide-eyed effect. Add a pop to the inner corner. Winged liner, my all-time favorite is the Rare Beauty liner, hands down. I find it so much easier to use and the liner shape is more straight up with the wing. I could have gone more 40s with it and more straight up, but once you have that line down, you kind of have to go with it, so then I'm just filling in the wing. Moving on to the other side, and then I like to add a couple little lashes going downwards. We're going glam with a set of faux mink lashes. These are from the brand My Lash Wish, which is a Canadian company. Pressing those on with my favorite duo glue. Adding some mascara to the outer lashes only and then on the bottom lashes to bring together that dolly eye. For lips, I'm lightly lining with Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. I wanted to round out my upper lip and then underline my bottom lip slightly. Once I got the shape, I went in with NUDESTIX Magnetic Lip Plush Paint in the shade Fresh Fiji. This is a really nice coral and I like how it felt like I was like painting my lips like vintage style makeup, and under the lighting after the images had been filtered, it looked like this was a bit more pink. It looked like there was like a pinky gold shifted gloss. So NARS Orgasm Gloss was perfect for the finishing touch and I love how this combo looks. We're going bold with blush, and I first used my favorite Chanel blush, which is Fuchsia Rosa. Smells amazing, and I always feel so glam when I use Chanel blushes. And to bring in more rose, I use the Rimmel London Maxi blush, and these Maxi blushes I grab for a lot. They're some of the best drugstore blushes, along with Milani blushes. Accentuating the apple of the cheek, and as I mentioned, the front of my hair is my own, and then I have a wig plopped onto the back for some volume and length like Elaine. But the part is not that important this time because we're going to add a gorgeous pink tea party hat. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact necklace that I came across on Poshmark. I added some of my own very gaudy rings, and this dress, I don't think there are any left, but it was from Etsy. I am selling this one as well as some of the accessories, so definitely check out my Poshmark if you're interested in some of the costumes I've worn, especially around Halloween. If you haven't seen this film, it's so incredible. The director is Anna Biller, and she directed, wrote, and produced, but also she made a lot of these costumes and props that you see in the film. Like, everything is so beautiful to look at, and that is such a huge undertaking. It's something I really admire. And if you liked this 60s style, you might like this Jean Shrimpton recreation as well. Or maybe 90s is your favorite era to take beauty inspiration from. So if that's the case, I uploaded a series of modern 90s styles that are trending right now. So I hope you guys keep on watching, and I'll see you in my next one.